everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Lego the Lord of the Rings. Let's continue the story. So, I'll be interested to see what happens now, because the past two levels have simply been rather short, and the last one was just two fights. And now we are in a different open world area, and we're going this way. One of the things about Lego games when they started introducing open world areas is they do try before every level to get you distracted and going somewhere else. But sometimes it's actually a misnomer. Sometimes it's not actually true, because certain events won't have taken place and you really can't wander past certain things. Frankly, it's also kind of silly, because you want to play the story and see the story first, and then do the extra stuff. We're going to Helm's Deep. I am a little surprised of the use of the phrase Helm's Deep too. I've heard that phrase. I did not know it was from the Lord of the Rings series. There's several things here that I have seen in the Lord of the Rings series that I would have kind of guessed were in it, or maybe even originated from that section. But Helm's Deep was not one of them. So where in the map are we? We're in Helm's Deep. But I was kind of thinking more along the lines of just where have we been and where are we going? So this is Mordor, and this is Mount Doom. Doom. It's like the Marvel villain Doctor Doom should be living at Mount Doom. And then I guess there's nothing more to this. I'm still trying to figure out, is this all Middle Earth that we see here on the map? Is there more to it? You see these oceans over on the east side. Could that lead to new lands? Well, that's Isengard with the tower. So it does look like there is some open world sections everywhere. Although I suspect we're going to run into a lot of walls, seeing a ton of mountains blocking things off, and I bet when you get to some place like this, it's just going to take you back to the level. We'll have to see when we get to free play mode. And when we start doing all free play mode, how big the land is and how much stuff and interactivity is in it. Seems like there's a decent amount, but we'll just have to wait and see. Here we go to the loading screen. So when we hit continue story, we went to a loading screen. We walked around this area and looked around and did nothing. Then we go to another loading screen. Not very efficient. Now we're in a cutscene. So I never agreed to load to
So few of you have returned.
cutscene. I think that's terrible game design.
Our people are safe.
Lord Aragorn. Where is he?
He fell.
There's like no reason modern computers wouldn't be able to immediately jump into a video and start depicting it. Even an in-engine cutscene should be able to start depicting.
How many?
10,000 strong at least.
So there should never be load screens.
It is an army bred for a single purpose, to destroy the world of men.
Let them come. I want every man and strong lad, able to bear arms, to be ready for battle by nightfall. Get the women and children into the cave.
This is no rabble of mindless orcs. These are Uruk-hai. Their armor is thick and their shields broad.
I have fought many wars, Master Dwarf. I know how to defend my own keep.
You must call for aid.
this gonna be one, like, giant fight?
How is this possible?
I bring word from Elrond of Rivendell. We are proud to fight alongside men once more.
You are most welcome.
There's a lot of emphasis on dialogue in these cutscenes too, but I have yet to feel like there were any really famous sayings or long speeches being made here. The most famous thing I recognize is "Fly, you fools," and that's literally just like 3 words. This is hardly, I have a certain set of skills, and like the speech from Taken or many other movies. I can't think of any of them right now, but usually when you're gonna have memorable moments, you're gonna make a long speech, not say one sentence and then kind of look around at the audience and say, do they think that was good? Was that good? Is everybody entertained? So I think we've hit the point where we're gonna have some real trouble, or the video game creators are gonna have some trouble. The third part of the story, in the movies at least, is just a 3-hour fight. So how do you put puzzles and Lego gameplay into what is a 3-hour fight? That's a difficult question. And we'll see what they came up with for an answer.
What's happening out there?
Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box?
So it begins.
So what are we doing? Use Legolas to shoot the enemies. What's the word there? It's kind of cool the scale we've got here. Look at all these characters that are being depicted. That's amazing. This is by far the most number of people I've ever seen in a Lego level. I can't go this way. But I bet they're not real AI. I bet the background is just their animations basically programmed. You can see they're falling into the ground when they get close. So I'm looking for a ladder, I guess. Is there not a ladder somewhere? Doesn't seem like I can break those boxes, though I should be able to. Let's take this guy. Okay, so that was the ladder there. So the enemy broke that. Let's go that way. Just run through here. How many different ways can you make it? Knock down the ladders? Of those different ways, how many times? It's fun, interesting. Send it a wall later. guys in the front that are shooting the elves that are shooting the arrows, they're not really doing anything either. They're just pulling their arms back and pretending like they're shooting them as well. The arrows are flying from their bows. And we get the animation of arrows flying overhead. But it's not like they're really landing and killing anybody. So this is really just a system of showing multiple animations to give a sense of actual action happening. Really, the only action that's happening is very small. It is still kind of high for the Lego game. Without the more fine people right now that are actual playable characters. And this is just the standard Lego boss battle numbers here. Where you have to knock down 3 ladders, then 4, then 5.
Is this it? Is this all you can conjure, Saruman?
I'd like to know how that really worked in the movie.
Get your men out of there!
Alright, so a little bit more game here. There's nothing there. No, I gotta build something. So the last couple levels have been surprisingly short. I imagine this level is going to turn out to be long. It would be certainly a difficult decision to try and split up this battle. It's always difficult to make a level that's set like 5 seconds from the last level. Usually you want to take some time and have a reason for a break. We have right now, I think, 3/4 of a gauntlet team. If you are familiar with the gauntlet. So apparently I just had to walk through the door. Did not for a second think that would start cutscene.
Hold them! How long do you need? As long as you can give me. Give me! Timbers!
They're using the guy as a battering ram.
It's a long way.
I have to touch me. Don't tell the elf.
Not a word.
So, is this the first point in the actual story? You would have picked him up and tossed him. I've tossed him so many times already.
Hold them! Raise the gate!
Rebuilding This area feels a little too detailed. Give me a little bit of stuttering. I can't go here. Jump for that. So I'm up here, and I just need to play these ladders again. So a whole nother set of those. Was this in the movie? They had grapple hooks? Or is this just them being silly? This is the problem of playing these games and not seeing the movie. You really, if you wanted the kid to play a Lego game, you need to set them down in this instance and have them watch the 9 hours plus of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And then after they've watched the movie say, oh no, here's this game to play. Otherwise they're going to be very confused as to what is the joke and what actually happened in some spaces. As I am, since I haven't seen the movie or read the books. And if you really want to be a good parent or an overachieving parent, perhaps it would be a better term, you probably want to, depending on the age of your child, make them read the books, then set them down and watch the movie, then play the video game. Just go full order of creation there. I bet that would be a really long read though. That would be
The
something
fortress
you'd
is
have
taken.
to do over the course of months and months.
It is over. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Ride out with me. For Rohan.
Yes. Let this be the hour when we draw swords together.
Fell deeds awake.
Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn!
What's the Red Dawn?
For Sailended!
That's their army's name. This is cool. This is just a cutscene. I'm just hitting X and swinging my sword. I can hit A and jump. That piece, oh, I missed it. I cannot hit Y and switch to the other guy behind me. But if this two people were playing, I assume that would be the case. This is really nice. And for all the action scenes that this game should have had, it makes sense that there should be more of it. Made it to True Adventurer. Most of those characters, again, just animations. Couldn't kill me even if I was swinging my sword right through them.
Théoden King stands alone.
Not alone.
Go get him!
I guess those were the guys with the dancing horses before. It is rather amazing how you can have like a huge fight like this and not show any like blood or gore or even having the arrows of sword actually cut or penetrate anybody. It's a good theoretical argument against what you could, how you can actually depict violence without overly depicting violence or depicting violence even accurately. in video games. And we don't need all games to be full blood violence and be super realistic. That's why I like the Lego games in particular. Imagine if, well, you don't even have to imagine, my Shadows of Mordor coverage is probably airing right now, and it's probably the exact opposite. It's probably full of blood and violence again, because it's an M-rated game. And there's room for both. There's reason for both. But there is also room for the Lego versions of things. Although, that being said, this story in particular is not being implemented very well in this Lego game. It just isn't. And I don't know if it ever had a good chance that it would be. Anywho, that was 21 minutes, so we're getting a little bit longer in the level length, but they're still pretty short. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.